name's Nick.
Hi, I'm Jennifer.
Nice to meet you. I'm the psychologist who'll be meeting with today. So, have you been through a therapy session before or anything like that?
I've had psychiatric evaluation, but
Mhm.
no formal therapy.
What did they diagnose you with?
Major depression.
Major depression. Okay. So, I'll give you a little insight on how this is going to go. So, I have this notepad right here. I'm going to keep it here on the table for you to see. During our session, I might jot a couple things down. That's not because something's going wrong or it's anything with you. It's just personal notes for me,
Okay.
so I can refer back to it just in case I forget something. Because in a 40-minute session, I don't want to forget something about you, and this will help me keep on track
Okay.
and kind of try to figure out what's going on. Okay. So, are you originally from Dublin, or?
No, we recently moved here
Mhm.
from Seattle because of my husband's job. He's a doctor. He just got a job at Ohio State. And but I lived in Seattle my whole life, and yeah, we just moved here with our 3 children.
And you moved here because of your husband's job, or?
Yeah.
Okay. So, how have you been adjusting to the new setting? Because Dublin and Seattle seem like 2 totally different places.
Yeah, it's been hard. I feel like I don't really know anything about Dublin. I'm not really connected to anyone, and I'm not connected to my culture specifically. I'm biracial Filipino and white. So in Seattle, I knew like things about my culture that I could do there, and friends I had that weren't just white or like were Filipino and I can embrace my culture with, but here I just don't know anything or anyone.
It seems like you've lost your support system. Have you looked into anything down over here, like parent-teacher organizations or anything like that yet?
No, I just haven't really been motivated. I just feel like it's easier to just kind of not do anything and just stay in bed, and like I just don't, like I feel kind of hopeless.
Mm-hmm. So, this feelings of hopelessness, it came when you moved here to Dublin. You didn't have anything prior to this, anything related to it?
Well, when I was young, my dad died, and my mom remarried a man who was emotionally abusive, and me and my brother just kind of lived in fear of him being like angry at us next, and the next burst he was gonna have, and outrage, and my mom like withdrew and wouldn't really get out of bed, so I had to take care of my brother and do all the things she would do because she couldn't, and I had to be that person for her.
It sounds like you had to grow up earlier than you should have. You had to take around the responsibilities of your house just because your mother wasn't really up to the task, because you said she was feeling blue, correct?
Yeah, she couldn't, so I had to.
Do you think that's kind of how you're feeling right now, like feeling blue, like just like kind
Yeah.
of down in general?
Yeah, and just like not really wanting to get out of bed or anything. But I don't want to put that burden on my kids that I had to have growing up, because that's not their job.
Would you say your life is a little bit different than what your mom's was, or that you're trying to make it a little bit more different?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Jeremy, my husband, is a good man.
Mhm.
He's not like my stepfather. He's not abusive. He's really supportive of me, and he cares about me, and is there for me when I need him.
It seems like
He's kind.
it seems like you've been trying to kind of like separate yourself from what your mom's lifestyle was.
Yeah.
Try to like improve on it, and I feel like that might be a good option. It seems like you really care about your children.
Yeah, I do.
How old are your children?
My youngest one is 2, I watch him at home. And then the middle child is 4, the eldest is 7.
Mhm.
She's in school, and the 4-year-old's in preschool.
And you take care of the 2-year-old?
Yeah.
Good.
I'm a stay-at-home mom.
Okay.
I love my kids, so I want to be with them as much as I can. But I feel bad because I also feel like I can't support them in the way that I need to right now. But I don't want them to put that weight on themselves
So,
like I did.
as a parent, of course, you love your kids, you want to do everything you can for them. But sometimes you can't do everything you can because you're not looking out for yourself first. And I think right now this might be one of those situations where you have to take care of yourself first before you're able to take care of your kids. So if you're feeling down, you might get how your mother got. You might start feeling blue a lot often. And then your kids will have to take up that responsibility that you're kind of not fulfilling at home as a parent. So I want to work with you to try to fix that, do everything I can so you can start feeling better. So you can give all your attention to your kids.
Okay.
Does that
Yeah.
sound good?
Yeah.
Okay. So we have a couple different treatment options what we can do. Are you willing to do medication and therapy sessions?
Yeah. Anything I think to help. I guess as long as it's not too far where I have to travel too much, because I don't want to interfere with picking my kids up from school or taking care of them.
Don't worry, we can find some flexible treatment options around here in Dublin, close by, so you can go to a facility in a timely fashion, then get back home to take care of your kids, or pick them up from daycare or school, whatever you need to. You can go once a week, you go twice a week in like shorter periods of time. It's whatever works around your schedule and whatever you're willing to do, because this is a voluntary thing. No one is forcing this on to you. It's completely voluntary. So for medication, just a little disclaimer. The first medication we give you may not work right away, or may not work, and we might have to do something called like cycling of medication. We try 2 or 3 different medications until we find the one that's fit for you. And when we find that fit, you'll start feeling better. But if the first medication doesn't work and you just kind of give up on it, then nothing's gonna really change.
Yeah.
We might need that cycling.
Okay.
But who knows? First one could be the right one for you. It's just different with everyone because everyone kind of has a different like body chemistry. Okay. For treatment options, we can find something under an hour away. I'm assuming you would want to do an inpatient facility.
No, I don't think so. I can't do that to my family.
Okay, so there's some outpatient options close by. We can find a hospital or a private, private mental health care facility. Whatever will work with you. You can tour them before we decide on one for outpatient care.
Okay.
I'll help you in looking for these facilities. And what do you want to do? Just outpatient by itself? Okay. So I'll help you look for those. And the thing with the community, do you work at all or are you willing to work?
No, I don't work, but I don't think I really want a job. I don't want to take away from my family. But I'm willing, I guess, to like be more involved in something, I guess, that my kids are doing, or my husband, or just like deepening my connections and meeting new people, I guess.
So you and I, we can collectively look together online. We could find PTO organization. Well, with your schools, there's PTO organizations you could probably get involved with. After school things that the school may need help with, and that'll get you involved with the community, meet new parents, maybe even meet some of the teachers, and that could help you with the social connections.
Okay.
And you said you're Filipino, right?
Yeah.
So, if you're Filipino, there's probably some community organizations that meet for like a more multicultural sort of thing, where they'll have like events that kind of relates to your culture.
That would
And
be nice.
we can look for that together online, see if there's anything in the area, something under that like 30-minute time frame, maybe an hour
Mhm.
time frame. But if there's not, would you still be willing to try to attend one of those events every once in a while?
Yeah, maybe.
Mhm.
Maybe something that my family could go to as well, so
Mhm.
that, you know, my children can learn about their culture too, because that's important to me.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's not largely their genetic culture, it's still what I want to help raise them as.
Okay. So, our session's over, but I'm just gonna let you know. If you found this as like a good fit and you'd like to see me again, you can go outside, make another appointment, and I can meet with you again next week.
That sounds good.
Okay.
Okay.
But in case at any point, if you feel like you're not liking the relationship between us, we can always switch you to a different clinician,
Okay.
just because we want to do what's best for you.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, see you next week.